Though the tropical Atlantic is quiet right now, we are approaching the climatological peak of hurricane season, and there's perhaps no better testimony to that fact than two sobering hurricane anniversaries around this time. One of those hurricanes hit the U.S. amid the Great Depression, 90 years ago yesterday, the Great Labor Day Hurricane of 1935, one of just 4 hurricanes to make landfall in the lower 48 at Category 5 intensity. The storm crossed the Florida Keys on September 2nd, 1935, with sustained winds of 185 miles per hour and a stunningly low pressure of 892 millibars. That's 26.35 inches of mercury, lower than most home barometers go. The storm has no name. That practice wouldn't begin until 1953, but based on that low pressure, it remains the strongest hurricane on record to make landfall in the U.S. After passing north of Cuba, the hurricane approached the Florida Keys from the southeast, the eye passing near Long Key, about halfway between Key West and Key Largo. The highest storm surge of 18 to 20 feet occurred in the upper Florida Keys to the east of the eye. One damage assessment stated that a 12-mile stretch there was washed as clean as a billiard table by the storm surge. The hurricane killed over 400 people, including more than 200 World War I veterans who were building a highway to connect Key West with the mainland. The second hurricane anniversary is next Monday, 125 years ago, on September 8, 1900. A Category 4 hurricane struck the island city of Galveston, Texas, the deadliest natural disaster in U.S. history, with at least 6,000 fatalities. At that time, Galveston was a prosperous port city with about 38,000 residents, but its highest point was only about 9 feet above sea level. Given the primitive state of forecasting at the time, the hurricane struck with essentially no notice. The Weather Bureau had not issued any warnings for the Texas coast, and despite growing swells and heavy rain rolling in, few residents left the island. With maximum winds estimated at more than 130 miles per hour and a storm surge of 15 feet, the storm destroyed more than 3,600 buildings. The area of complete destruction covered about 3 square miles. In the years after, a 3-mile-long, 17-foot-high seawall was constructed to protect the city. It's since been extended to 10 miles long and is designated a National Historic Civil Engineering Landmark. The story of the Galveston Hurricane is told in a fascinating book called Isaac's Storm. Isaac Klein was the chief meteorologist at the Galveston office of the U.S. Weather Bureau at the time. There are currently 2 hurricanes in the eastern Pacific Ocean, one poised to make landfall in Baja California later this week, but the Atlantic is quiet despite the climatological peak being a week from today. How long will this respite last? Perhaps some answers in the extended forecast. Next.